Hello, my lovely children. How are you all? I hope by the grace of God you're all fine. You're welcome once again to another topic in English language. We're talking about grammar today. That's the main strand. And the sub-strand, we're going to talk about adjectives. Talking about what? Adjectives. After I finish the lesson, what are our objectives? What are we about to learn? To use comparatives, forms of regular and irregular adjectives to make comparisons. So after the lesson, you'll be able to use comparisons in adjectives or form comparisons in what? In adjectives. So, what are adjectives? Or what is adjective? Adjective is a word that describes, qualify, or modify a noun or pronoun. So say adjectives. Adjective is a word which qualifies or modifies a noun or pronoun. You have learned adjectives in P4, so we won't talk about it too in grade 5, that's class 5. So give me some examples of adjectives. You tell me you have beautiful, good, bad, clever, and a lot. Good or intelligent. I mentioned regular and irregular adjectives. See, some of the words are very hot, are big. Some of the words are very small. We have regular ones. The regular ones, you see that you can't divide into syllables. But the irregular ones, you can divide it to syllables. So, we are saying that when you want to form the comparison, or the comparative form, and the superlative form of adjective, we add er or es to the positive in the regular adjectives. Before then, adjectives have three main degrees of comparison. Adjective has what? Have three main degrees of comparison. So we can compare adjectives in three main degrees. We have the positive, the comparative, and then the superlative. So to form the comparison in regular adjectives, what we do is that we add just er or est to the positive. When you do that, you'll be able to form the comparative and the superlative of the word, of the adjective. Example, big is an adjective word. So big, what's the comparative form of big? Bigger, we are adding what? We just added only er. So adding the er to the irregular adjective, we form the comparative form of it. And then adding est, that's biggest, est to the superlative form, to the positive, then you form the superlative form of the adjective. So we are comparing, when we are comparing two things, or two human beings, or thing, we say that we use what? We use the comparative form of it. So I'm comparing myself to you. I will say that I am taller than you. Using the word tall, I am taller than you. So as you can see me, I am taller than you. That is what the comparative form of it. But when I'm comparing to three people or more than three, then that's the superlative form of it. So we say that big The comparative form of it is what? Bigger. The superlative form is biggest. Clever. If you are cleverer than your friend, you see that? I am cleverer than Amma or than Kofi. So cleverer, you are adding only er to it. And when you add est to it, then you are forming the superlative form of the what? Of the adjective. So let's come to another one. Cold. The weather is cold. The weather is colder today than yesterday, or than that of yesterday. So you are adding the er to it to form the what? The comparative form of it. Comparing with two things. When you are comparing 3 or more, we add est to it. That is the coldest. Tall, the one I mentioned before. Tall. Comparative form of it, you are comparing to two people or two things. Amma is taller than Kwejo. Taller. The er is added to it to make it what? Comparative. And then est is added to it. Amma is the tallest girl in the class. I'm comparing to the group of the people in the class. So comparing to 3 or more, we add what? We use the superlative. Let's talk about the irregular adjectives. For the irregular adjectives, you say that irregular adjectives are adjectives with 2 or more syllables. The comparative is formed by using the more before the positive, and the superlative is formed by adding the word most to form the word, the superlative. So example, the word beautiful. The word beautiful. This one you can break it to 2 syllables. So beauty is 1 syllable, full another syllable. So beautiful. You don't say beautifuler, but rather more beautiful for the comparative. And then most beautiful. I'm adding the more to it to make it what? Comparative. So Amma is more beautiful than her sister. Kwejo is more beautiful than his brother. So I'm adding what? Just this to what? To make it comparative. That is when you are comparing 2 things or 2 human beings or 2 animals or two things. Superlative. Superlative, you are comparing 3 things or more. 3 things or more. You use what? Most for the irregular adjective. So we say superlative form is most beautiful. Efia is the most beautiful girl in the class. Efia is the most beautiful girl than the 3 of them. So I am using what? I'm using the word most to what? To compare Efia to the rest of the class. So using the superlative form, you see you add most to the irregular adjective. Careful, more careful, most careful. So what I will tell you is that when you see that the word can be divided into 3 syllables, 2 syllables or 3 or more, then we will just add more or most to the positive word to form the comparative or the superlative. So when you have the word, let's say expensive. Expensive. You see this one you can divide into 2. So expensive. I can say expend or expensive. So since you can break it into different syllables, 2 syllables, you will not say expensive. You will not add er or est to form the word comparative or the superlative, but rather more expensive. And when you want to form the superlative, most expensive. We have some other irregular adjectives, and that one you not either add er to it or est to it, or more to it or most to it. Example, good. Good. You can't say gooder. You can't say more good, but it changed its word. In the comparative form, we say it's what? Better. Good, better, best. Better. And the superlative form, we say what? Best. So some words like this, they are also irregular, but you don't add more to it or most to it. Another example is what? Bad. Bad. Bad, you don't say badder, but rather worse. Worse. And then the superlative form what? Worst. So we are saying that we have what? Adjectives. Adjectives, they describe what? Noun or pronoun. So when I want to describe you, I can describe you using the what? The adjective word. He is a good boy. I'm describing the what? How he is. He's what? A good boy. The boy here, I'm describing it to be good. So when we see that, when we are comparing two of them, then we use what? Comparative words, adjectives. When we are comparing to three or more than three, then we see that we use what? The superlative form of it to compare it or for the comparison. So some of the adjectives too, we change the word. So example is what? Good is better, and the superlative is best. Good. So what have we learned today? We have learned what? Adjective and the regular and irregular adjectives. And he said that for the regular one, we add ER and the EST to it to form the comparative and the superlative. And then the irregular one, what we do? We just add more and most to it. And the other one, we end the lesson here for today. Until we meet again, I want you to study. Goodbye.